Hello, everybody, and thanks for listening to Silly Goose Sports Talk. I'm Big T.
And I am Skippy. And before we begin episode 7, I believe, of the Silly Goose Sports Talk, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to get further notified of every time we post. So we have 2 guests this week. Actually,
we're having 3. We have one more coming.
3 guests, yeah. So we have Harrison, I guess. So hello. We got the duck dude. He can be
Hi.
duck dude, yeah. And then we have a frog somewhere in the back. You could just, I think I heard his laugh there. Who knows? All right, so we have a few bit news. So I found like a creepy alien egg mushroom thing. We can roll a video real quick. All right, feature myself in Big T. So I found this thing while moving lumber with my dad. I don't know if this is like an alien egg and I'm about to spawn Godzilla, but who knows? Look at it. Look at that. It looks like a fruit. Alright, comment down below what it is. Back to you, Big T and Skippy. Alright, so yeah, that was weird. That was a weird thing. And our guests have no idea what I'm talking about. It's really funny.
This past week, we had work camp, which was our thing with the church where we help people out all day, and then in the evenings we meet up all the churches and then we do fun stuff. This past week, the night that we recorded last week's episode, actually, there was a sandwich eating contest where they sent up one person from each church to see who could eat a sandwich the fastest. I won, but I almost choked.
But I was almost the host of this podcast, darn it.
Yeah, Skippy almost took the wheel.
I almost had it.
The next night we had some guest singers. We had Marie Miller. She's a Christian singer, and she came and did a Taylor Swift cover.
Oh,
there was a mob of people. It was like people were not mobbing the stage, but right in front of the stage. It was like everyone, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going up there. So I jumped 3 rows. I jumped 3 rows, and I joined the mob.
Gee.
So it was fun. And then,
gosh, bruh, you're way too obsessed with Taylor Swift, dude.
I mean,
you're like a stalker at this point, borderline.
It's not stalking. Yeah, I haven't seen the person in real life.
Super fan.
Yeah, super fan maybe. Alrighty, so let's head. Wait, you have any?
No. So let's go right into hockey. So we do not have too much stuff on the Penguins. But we do have a little bit to go on with the Capitals. It's mostly
bad news with Washington. Michael Kempney is helping clean up South Moravia area after a huge tornado smashed some Czech Republic villages, including his hometown, which that is tragic, but it is beautiful to see him going to help out his hometown. So props to Michael Kempney for that. On the ice, the Lightning and the Canadiens in the Stanley Cup final.
I'm not complaining. Who do you think's gonna win? Let's see right now.
I think Montreal's got this in the bag. I mean, but they've choked so much that
I'm putting my island on the Lightning. Harrison, what are you doing? You putting your money
Honestly, I haven't followed him much, to be honest. I can't say.
All right, Duck, who do you think's gonna win? A lightning bolt or a Canadian?
That depends. I don't like Canadians because they eat a lot of ducks. But I'll go with the Lightnings because there are a lot less duck deaths that way.
Okay,
but if the lightning hits the water and kills the duck, then they're in trouble. So maybe you're neutral in this.
It's a lose-lose situation here.
So we're gonna skip basketball. Oh, actually, here is our basketball guest right now.
We have another
Welcome,
one.
Daniel.
We have a
Good morning, everybody.
Let's go.
All right, so hate to put you on the spot right here, but is it good or bad that Scott Brooks is gone?
Absolutely good. I've been on the Scott Brooks firing train for a minute now, and I'm so happy to see him gone. I think that it was kind of the best-worst situation because it was a great time to change team leadership, and you needed it with Russ and Brad to have a
Yeah.
new leader going into the future.
Yeah.
However, with all the head coaching vacancies throughout the league, it's a little tough to justify. And we're seeing now Sam Cassell just signed with the Portland Trail Blazers, Rick Carlisle signing with the Indiana Pacers, things like that. So hopefully we can snatch up a pretty good head coaching candidate. My main two are Becky Hammond and Wes Unseld Jr. But should be interesting for sure. But yeah,
also
fantastic decision to move on from Brooks.
Yeah. Another Wizards note: today is Bradley Beal's birthday, so happy birthday, Brad!
Hey, congratulations to the Panda.
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday, big
What
man.
Panda?
That's his nickname.
Yeah, that's been his nickname.
Yeah, I'm not Wizards informed, by the way. I don't know why I'm not. It's just beyond me.
Another NBA note: the Phoenix Suns have a 3-1 series lead against the Clippers, and they are looking to hit the finals tonight, to make their way to the finals tonight.
Okay.
Daniel, do you believe that they will get it done, or do you think they will choke?
I think Clippers will win tonight.
Yes.
But I don't see any way that Chris Paul is losing. He's just so hungry for a finals appearance. I don't see why not.
Chris Paul is probably one of the hardest working guys in the NBA.
And coming back after COVID, he said, man, I couldn't get anything to fall. If he gets one night where he just shoots decent, that team is set, because he can drop 25, 30 points with 15 assists like nothing.
Yeah.
And if you have Book scoring his average, which is like 25, Mikal Bridges stepping up a little bit, DeAndre Ayton playing out of his mind like he has been the entire playoffs, you're going to have some pretty good success.
Yeah. So in the East, it looks like the Bucks are actually putting their foot down. Do you think that they will get their job done with Atlanta, or do you think Trae Young will put up a fight?
I'm saying that's going to 7. And the reason I say this, yesterday night, I don't know if you were watching the game. In the fourth quarter, Trae Young steps on the referee's foot, tweaks his groin a little bit, tweaks his ankle, has to go to the locker room. They lose all their momentum.
Don't.
And why I bring this up is because Trae Young is the heart and soul of that team. If he is on fire and if he is facilitating the ball, they are a very tough offense to stop. He was giving Drew Holiday the business in game 1. What did he have, like 48 and 11?
Yeah, something like that. He was rolling.
Like, he can take over like that. And I just don't see them holding him quiet for much longer. John Collins has been having an excellent series. Clint Capella has been doing what he needs to do in the posting and rebounding. The one big, like, what if about this entire series, DeAndre Hunter's been injured for the entire series. He's out with a torn meniscus, I want to say. So having an extra competent wing defender and pretty good perimeter scorer, I think that would have changed this series a whole lot more than people expected it to. But he's not here. So I have Bucks in 7. That's my prediction.
So who do you see in the finals?
I'd be Bucks versus the Suns.
Which way do you have that going?
It's so dependent on a lot of things. But if it's the same two teams I'm seeing right now, I'm going with the Suns. Because
boy, let's go, Devin Booker.
Because of perimeter shooting. The Phoenix Suns, when they are on fire, have looked excellent from deep. You have Cameron Payne shooting 40-odd% from 3. Devin Booker, who's a former three-point contest winner. You have Chris Paul, who's north of 38, 39% from 3. You have Jay Crowder, who's a solid shooter. Coming off the bench, you have guys like Torrey Craig.
Guys are hitting all these threes. There's no stopping these guys. If they can hit a
three, like, you have pretty much everyone on your roster, man, starting through your bench unit, that's going to be able to step out and hit a shot, whether it's from mid-range or 3. You've seen DeAndre Ayton take a step out and shoot a couple mid-ranges, which is not characteristic for him, but he's hitting them.
Right.
Like, if you can space the floor against that Milwaukee team, you're going to be fine. Another reason I say the Suns, in the regular season and now in the playoffs, the Suns have been great in the pick and roll. Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton have been operating it flawlessly. The Bucks can't defend the pick and roll to save their life. They have Brook Lopez playing drop coverage, so that's going to leave the mid-range open for Chris Paul. We saw in Game 7 against Denver, Chris Paul scored 16 straight of all mid-ranges on the right side of the court.
Yeah, he just nails everything.
Technical difficulties.
Is going to Detroit and
Fade for Cade.
Yeah, I think Cade deserves better than Detroit.
Dog, you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah,
we can't just keep like if
right.
we never give him a chance. And besides, they got like some solid pieces. Like you got Jeremy Grant, you got and Josh Jackson's been playing pretty decent for them. He dropped like a 27 or 30 piece on my Wizards. Yeah, they have like some decent young players. Mm-hmm. Also, Sadiq Bey, I was forgetting about him. He was excellent this year. Shot upwards of 39% from three. Fantastic shooter. Got a little bit of a janky motion, but stroke it. Like they don't have the greatest young core in the world, but you add Cade to that, plus Killian. That's a backcourt you can work with in the future, like 1,000%. I don't know who's going to be the primary ball handler for that. I would assume Cade, and you slide Killian over to the 2. That'd be my guess. But I don't know because Cade averaged more turnovers than assists in college, so we're not really sure of his playmaking ability. We know the boy can score. We know he can shoot. We know he's as dominant as ever on both sides of the ball. We just don't know if he can get his teammates involved yet. That'll be one area of his game he needs to develop a little bit.
I don't know much about basketball in general, but what I do know about stuff like football is that just because they do well or don't do well in college doesn't mean they're going to do the opposite or do the same in the major leagues, because people can have entire changes in what they do between the time they're in college and the time they're a professional.
Absolutely.
Which works perfectly into our point, which we are running out of time for basketball, so we got to get to baseball, which is our man Harrison. He
a lot to talk about.
All right. So what is up with Kyle Schwarber? He is rolling.
On fire.
Schwarber, 13 home runs in 14 games.
Cool him off. Let's get some water dumped on him.
I think he's had 5 multi-homer games in the month of June. So, and one of those games is a 3-homer game. So, I mean, he's on fire. The Nats right now, I believe they're second NL East, right? Yeah, 37.
Yeah, and if they beat the Mets tonight, they're 3 games back.
Yeah, they're close. The tough thing is though, they got a tough schedule coming up. Though. They got the Rays. I think they got then the Dodgers and then the Padres.
Oh, Dodgers are doing really well recently.
And they got the Giants after that. But they did beat the Giants last
series
game.
I think they split it.
Yeah, it was a split, something like that, which is really good considering the Giants.
Yeah.
How's Fred Nats doing?
Oh yeah, Fred Nats, we're doing pretty well. Actually, wait, why? Never mind. So we lost.
As a season ticket holder, I can kind of confidently say the Fred Nats have been decent, but
we're decent, but we're not great per se, but we're not as bad as we were at the beginning of the season. Let's say.
I mean, there's still getting things going.
Oh, for sure, 1,000%. I went to the Father's Day game.
Yeah,
this goes, and they have, I believe it was like a 7-run first 4 innings. Just could not miss. Had back-to-back homers for the first time in Fred Nats history. They are rolling.
Oh, okay.
Give up the lead.
The game I went to, it was pretty close, but the first pitch of the game was a homer by the other team.
Oh, gotta love it.
We did end up losing that one. I am gonna go to a game on the 6th of July, I believe, for my birthday. So my birthday's the 7th, but
Gotcha.
Day before. So that'll be
Scherzer. John Boy Media had a video about Scherzer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the sticky substance?
I mean,
I got a hot take for that.
Let's hear it, Daniel.
So, reason I'm saying this, when you take a look at Kyle Schwarber's career, the one pitch he struggled with is high fastball with some spin rate.
Yeah.
Look at what regulating the sticky substance takes away. The high fastball with a spin rate.
Yeah, not to mention that, I mean, it's been like the offense this year has been like a career low. Like, it hasn't been like
for everybody. Soto isn't hitting well, Turner's hitting decent, and you take into account you're not getting the random production that we got out of guys during the World Championship run where you had
Howie Kendrick to go clutch.
Yeah, we don't have Howie Kendrick just randomly dropping in 2 bombs a night.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
Juan Gomes is committing an effort. He is doing
100%. He's been pretty solid.
He's been underrated. He's been back up to Kurt Suzuki all these years.
And on the topic of underrated, I mean, Trey Turner, man, the fact that he wasn't even considered, I mean, I feel like he could have been an all-star this year.
Yeah.
Okay, but you got to take into account Tatis.
Yeah, but
Tatis
he wasn't even a finalist. He wasn't even a finalist this year.
Who was ahead of him?
It was Tatis. Let's see. Tatis. Man, I just looked at him this morning.
Because the only person I can see
with a legitimate case, though, I know that.
The only person I can see with a legitimate case is Tatis. I don't see anybody else in the National League doing that. In terms of the speed on the base path, the consistency in hitting the ball, the defense has been excellent. What more do you want?
Let's see. It was Tatis, Baez, and Crawford. Which I understand Crawford. Like, he's having a good year. I don't know about Baez though.
Yeah, that's more of a fan pick.
I feel like that. Yeah.
Nah, Javi Baez is goated to like the casuals who don't really watch baseball.
Yeah, and Turner, he's got the better average than all those shortstops. In 309, he's got 93 hits too. So he's doing good.
He's the definition of like a championship shortstop.
Yeah.
Like he's absolutely who you want for that.
We are almost out of time for baseball, so
wow. Oh well, we need to do the bracket real quick. Okay.
Oh yes.
So last week, if y'all watched the podcast, we are doing a thing. So the Fred Nats name is just horrible. It's like being called the Washington football team. I mean,
I don't know if it's that bad.
It's
hey, Washington football team won us the division. I ain't hating on it if it working. I can't say anything if it works.
The division, whatever. Okay, so we
wait. What did I say? Did I not say division?
No, you did. No, okay. Last week we had about 16 names, I think. I don't know. It was a lot. So me and Big T went through all of them. So we had 4 rounds to go through. So 8 names. We narrowed that down to 2 names, which are Fredericksburg Sluggers got 0 votes. Rappahannock Renegades got 8. So they moved on. Stafford Stallions got 3, and Fredericksburg Cherry Shoppers got 5. And then we have, that's round 3. So we have Rappahannock Renegades versus Fredericksburg Cherry Choppers. And we also have the Fredericksburg Generals got 3 votes, and the Fredericksburg French Fries, which doesn't make a lick of sense, won against the Fredericksburg Generals. And we have the Fredericksburg Foxes with 0 votes, the Fredericksburg Foxhounds, which is our state dog. So they're in the round 2, and this is why we need you guys here. So to make sure, we gotta pick one of these. So Rappahannock Renegades or Fredericksburg Cherry Choppers, then we have to figure out Fredericksburg French Fries and Fredericksburg Foxhounds to go to the last round. So we'll start off with
Cherry Choppers.
Yes, the Cherry Choppers, since this is George Washington's boyhood home in Fredericksburg.
Editor note: Washington's boyhood home is in Stafford across the river, not Fredericksburg, but it still works considering Stafford Stallion was one of the name ideas for the team.
I didn't know it was a cherry tree, but cool.
Well, it's a story.
Some say.
Oh no, gotcha. I just wasn't aware that was the tree that they were referencing. I know what story you're talking about.
No, that's what we were referencing there.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah. So let's start off with the kind of I don't know. I don't really want to say the worst of the stock, but We have Fredericksburg French fries and Fredericksburg Foxhounds. Let's start off with Daniel, then we'll go to Harrison, then we'll go to Duck. So, Daniel, what do you think?
I would be understanding if we had like excellent French fries in downtown or like a place that had French fries.
Yeah.
I'll be 100% honest. They're nowhere with more than above average French fries in the like 20 miles around Fredericksburg. So get it out of here. Skip.
So Fredericksburg Foxhounds then. So for Daniel. All right. Harrison, what do you want?
Oh man, I'm a fan of the Foxhounds. I like that. That's fun.
That's creative.
Yeah, I don't hear a lot of Fox. Like, I don't know, Fox. It's not the first thing that comes to mind. But I mean,
Yeah.
I like it.
I agree.
Sounds good.
So,
And considering it's a
Foxhounds-
fairly popular animal, you don't really hear a lot of foxes /
Yeah, I don't think there's
referenced
any-
in pro sports.
Yeah, exactly.
There might be some
Yeah.
in the collegiate ranks, but I couldn't name it off the top of my
Cool.
head.
Yeah.
Duck, are you there?
Now, this is very hard for me because I really like the idea of having Fredericksburg Foxhounds, but also the French fries.
The French fries would be an interesting
French
mascot.
fries have come a long way in a long time. And yes, there are no places with above average French fries other than Chick-fil-A. I'll get to that later. But
Bro, Chick-fil-A
honestly-
fries are conceptually good, but always undercooked, and therefore they are mid.
I actually had
Fight
very
me.
well cooked Chick-fil-A French fries last week.
I agree with that. That's a valid
They are
point.
consistently undercooked.
Valid
I think
point.
McDonald's fries. Those
are good.
Those hit
And
hard,
we're
especially
okay,
when
we're
I-
talking
Really
about
dislike McDonald's.
We're talking about French fries all around the world.
We're talking about French fries of a place that it calls Fredericksburg home. I don't think we can classify Chick-fil-A as calling Fredericksburg
Different
home.
chain.
Yeah.
True that.
All right, so which one?
Okay, so I'm going to go, with the Foxhounds. I like the name of the French fries. I voted for both of these in the first round, so.
All right, so Fredericksburg Foxhounds are moving to the last final round. I'm not complaining. So we have Rappahannock Renegades or Fredericksburg Cherry Choppers. Daniel?
I'm thinking about it, and as cool as the Cherry Choppers are, I like the alliteration with the Rappahannock. You said Renegades, right?
Yeah.
And like
I feel like that's a cool name.
the logo,
Renegade sounds like cool.
the logos that you could pull off with the Renegades and with the with all of the Civil War and World War history that comes out of Quantico and this area.
Yeah.
You could put together some dope throwback jerseys.
Oh my
You could put
God.
together
cool.
some
Mhm, yeah.
fire logos.
All right,
going
so
Renegades.
point for Rappahannock Renegades. Harrison?
I think I'm with the Renegades too. I like that. Fred Nat's their new team, so I feel like that name. It's almost like them kind of like charging in, like going out to face other teams. I
true.
like that. It's cool.
On
Yeah.
the Renegades train too.
Yeah. All right, Duck?
Doc, what do you have to say?
I gotta say, the Renegades sound amazing. As I actually really like the word renegade. I was the first person in my of the kids in my family to say it, so I really like the word renegade.
That's an odd flex, but okay.
Yeah.
All right,
that
so
wasn't the
Rappahannock.
only reason. I just really like the word renegade.
So
I
Rappahannock
got you.
Renegades
Good word.
are
Good word.
moving on to the final round. All right, so this is where we're gonna decide it. So I don't know if let's do it this week. So, we could do actually, you know what? We're gonna do this next week. So
Renegade.
okay, so we're gonna have a group vote on this. Everyone join our Discord server. It's a family friendly one, and make sure that you vote. I will have a poll after the podcast is released. All right, so we are running out of time, so let's
You can
move on.
post on the comments if you need to.
Yes, so let's post. Okay, so let's start with NFL real quick because
Skippy, Washington cannot keep the stupid name. Amen. Yay.
Yay.
Bro, they're literally getting copyright striked out of their own name. That's tough.
I mean, the no names are no longer. They are now the renamed.
Can we just say that the guy who copyrighted like 25 names back in 2015 is a genius?
Exactly.
Like, just
Because that
top
means they
tier.
that's amazing. They have to pay him if they want any of the names. Guess what? The one name that he didn't copyright, the Washington Redskins.
I don't blame them.
I'm on the
they
Red
can
Wolves
back.
hype train. I'm on the Red Wolves hype train.
I'm going through the list of names right now, and I just saw Red Wolves, and I was like, "That's a cool name."
That's
It's like
they
the
got
jerseys
Renegades
you
too.
can
They
do
got
with
Renegades too.
Oh,
yeah.
The
we have the
Washington
Rappahannock
Renegades. Oh my
Renegades.
gosh.
Red Panic Renegade sounds better.
Move the football
right.
down to Fredericksburg. Be the Rappahannock Renegades in the NFL.
Yay!
All right. So we also
How do y'all feel about DC versus Washington? They're thinking about moving that around. They had like the DC football club, things like that. How do y'all feel about that?
I think they got to keep Washington in there.
For nostalgia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Right. I got you.
Well, I mean, if you find a good name though, and DC sounds good with it, I'd stick to
Like
that.
DC Defenders in the XFL, that actually sounded kind of cool.
I'm about to say the alliteration with the two back to back, that's tough. But
yeah, like the DC Diamond Cats or Demon Cats, I think is what it said. Yeah, Demon Cats. That'd be pretty sick.
All right, so we have so the Steelers were denied the ability to have training camp outside the city this year at their historic location of St. Vincent College. So that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
So like we also have the Steelers signed veteran Trey Turner to help Boister, so that's good. So that we don't have too much stuff. We did release our Pro Bowl guard David DeCastro. So
why did y'all do that?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't know.
There's no
like, did y'all just not want to pay him?
He had a huge salary, dude.
Dog, it was $14 million for a Pro Bowl tackle.
So we don't run out of time here. We're gonna move on to quick golf news. So Sunday night we have
English.
Craziest playoff I've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
what was it, like 8 rounds?
8 sudden death rounds.
And they kept walking between the 18th and the 17th. They're going back and forth. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I was watching it.
So I watched it. I came out for the final putt. And so, good job, Harris English won the Travelers Cup.
Time for Big T's NASCAR 30 seconds. All right, for the first NASCAR Cup race this weekend, there was a doubleheader. Kyle Larson dominated all day, but he had a tire failure on the final lap, allowing his teammate Alex Bowman to take the checkered flag. Snaps Larson's 4-race win streak, but Hendrick Motorsports kept its winning streak alive. Yet Sunday afternoon, the Xfinity Series race, there was a very scary wreck. Justin Haley was injured, and he was unable to make the Cup Series race, letting Justin Allgaier fill in for him. Yet in the second Cup race, there was a fiasco with gas. Everyone ran out of gas at the end. William Byron ran out of gas. Denny Hamlin ran out of gas, letting Kyle Busch, with a broken transmission, win the race.
Ooh. Okay.
So, and that's it for NASCAR. They are going off to Road America next week.
Let's go over to my favorite segment, Rotten Potato / Silly Goose of the Week. Potato of the Week, actually. Who wrote this stuff? All right, so we have the Patate of the Week, which is potato in France. So basically, a fan at I don't remember what it's called, but it was a
Tour de France.
Yeah, Tour de France. Yeah. So he held up a sign in the road, and so there was it's a huge race. So he was in the middle, on the side with the road.
Just for example, holding a sign like this, and then the biker just drives into him.
Yeah, so a biker hits the sign, he falls over, leading into an 100 rider crash. So I hope everyone was okay with that. We also have so for our rotten, he's a potato of the week. That's just blah. So we have Rotten Potato of the Week. We have Mitchell Parker, who threw a grand slam in the first inning for a Nats player. Why?
Dang.
We have, and then we also have, so this is not my honor, but it is my duty. So we have Christopher, Cespedes. Okay. Hit a first, hit the grand slam in the game. And he is not the Fred Nats player, so that one doesn't feel good to say. Then we also have Max. So we have Max Kranick for the Pirates, and so this is his first MLB debut, and he got 5 perfect innings, and then he got moved to the bull.
Nice.
And then the bull came.
Did you see Key Brian Hayes' throw that he made at third base?
Yeah, dude, that was cool.
That was sick.
Frostmas, but in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he jumped out. He was outside, but before he touched the ground, he threw it. And that was an out, I believe. So that was awesome. All right. So, yeah. So that's what we have this week. So if you guys want to see any of these gentlemen, thank you for coming on. That was fun.
Daniel, thank you,
Welcome.
Harrison. Thank you,
Hey, no
Duck.
problem.
Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
Duck.
Hey, no problem, guys.
Yeah.
All right.
If you guys would ever like to come on again, just let us know. We are
Absolutely. I'm always
thankful
here.
to have
definitely,
you.
man.
Thank you for your
All right.
guys'.
If I
All
can
right.
wake up on time, I got y'all.
Sure.
All right. So, Duck, do you have any last words?
I just gotta say thank you for having me on here. I know I'm weird, but thanks for putting up with my silliness. This is
Oh, don't worry about it,
silly
Tuck.
We're all weird.
talk
Yeah,
now.
we're all weird.
We're
called
hosting a
Silly Goose.
podcast. Trust
It's
me.
a silly.
You're
It's
fine.
called the Silly Goose. It's called the Silly Goose Sports Talk. What do you think? What's gonna happen? All right. So, thank you everyone for joining us this week. Make sure to like, subscribe, and have that notification bell, and we will see you guys next time.